Hi, this is Father Barry, Day to Day with St. Joseph, and our Advent Meditations with the Rejoice book. And we're in the second week of Advent, Sunday. And if you got to watch the video with AscensionPress.com and found this book and clicked and then saw videos and clicked that, you could see Advent Week 2, and he talked about this relationship of Joseph and Mary, that you see them more paired up than in the first week, which is more about Joseph. Now it's about the two of them and that God had called them together. And the beautiful picture that starts us off with Joseph asleep and the angel speaking to him. The author admits that there's been some misunderstandings about Joseph in his own life, and I think he recognizes a number of people mistake things, and they think that they underestimate Joseph's purity. They don't understand that Joseph did not have to be convinced to go through with his betrothal and marriage to Mary. He didn't have to be convinced. And that is something I touched on in this year of St. Joseph, about Joseph and the dilemma he was in when he had not yet received his annunciation, his dream about what was going on, but that he was not wrestling about thinking of Mary sinning. He didn't think Mary sinned. And that movie that I had shown to the women's and men's group by Mark Price on Joseph, that's portrayed the same way. Joseph also is prepared by God for this life he will have paired with Mary. And he lives out Proverbs 3, which is on the introductory page. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Do not rely on your own insight. In all your ways acknowledge to him, and he will make straight your path. So I think in this first day, Sunday, we just consider that Joseph was betrothed to Mary, and he understood there was some higher plans going on. He himself was believing to be consecrated to God in a singular way, and same with Mary. And if they both knew each other, they knew that about each other. In the part we're to read on page 50, is it 30 or 57? 37. It says, Mary preserved her deep desire to give herself exclusively to God. Mary had planned to live out a virginal life. And so what we have here, and not every Catholic's ready to accept this, but they both were willing to go into marriage with that singular life ahead of them as a wed couple. And why is then it a good marriage? Why is it a true marriage? Because marriage is called to also be fruitful, to have life in the middle. When God gives us the gift of life, well, God was giving the gift of life. He was giving the Messiah as an infant, as a babe, to them, so they'll be family. But they were betrothed and waiting the time for marriage, and I think they had some particular conversations with each other about, well, we both are loving God fully. We both have a certain calling, and now this is where we think we're going. The author says that it's a Thomas Aquinas love, loving the good of another. Hi, I'm back. I took a break, but the first reflections on the start of the second week of Advent. Now the journal, a little more journaling, a little more thinking of Psalm 1. Lord, today I think, as Advent continues, that the streams in the desert are your Holy Spirit, and that I need to stay close so that life is not a performance. Life is not trying to do something, for you, for others, for myself, like us performing, like earning, but rather just participating with life in your spirit. And Lord, I thank you for times when that's true at in a Mass. I'm not preaching to get attention. Some people think because I preach a little long sometimes that they think I'm thinking of myself. I'm not. Lord, I know I'm not. Lord, I know also that when I use personal examples of my faith, I'm just trying to help people personalize the scriptures, personalize experiences as life in you. I'm not centering on myself. Lord, I know sometimes people mistake that, though. They think I'm a priest up there to get attention to myself. Being a public figure was something that I know that you called me to do when I was seeking a radio, television, film, theater degree, and got it and worked that way. But I know that the calling to the priesthood was not all about self. It was about you and getting you and your gospel out there. That's still the way it is. It's, Lord, I know that the Holy Spirit streams are there for the children's mass when I'm leading the singing. I know that the children like that, and it's not so much a performance. It's not at all. And I love William, who plays the piano. He could be a great performer, but he is more of a music leader to engage the parish and to worship. And that's the streams in the desert. And people, I think, Lord, your Holy Spirit works through people like William as we make music to the Lord. That's why I'm playing music this weekend at Winterfest, Lord, just to serve you. Oh, Lord, that is my self-exam that others can hear as we go journaling, as we walk with St. Joseph in this little afterglow of the year of St. Joseph. And Lord, that's not a performance. It's just life in the Spirit, Psalm 1. And I think Joseph gives us the great example of that to follow. And so now we try to live out the window, looking out to how we're going to live this faith out in the world. We look, Lord, to the inspiration of Jesus. He inspired you, the Messiah, in your life, and the Blessed Mother in your life. And may we be inspired in our Advent